Well, hello, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great Saturday evening. We've got a snowstorm that is literally going from Texas all the way up to the East Coast. This thing is huge. It is massive. The fact that Holly Pierce is telling me that they have a high temperature of 19 degrees. Right now, it's only 17 here, although we ain't got shit to complain about. You could be like Eddie, who's up there in the Great White North, where he sent me, it was minus 21 yesterday. Minus 21. So count your blessings that it's not that cold for you. In fact, I was working outside today. I had a sweatshirt on, a t-shirt, and then a jacket on top of it. I got too hot. I had to take the jacket off. So I just had the sweatshirt on, didn't even turn on the propane heater. So, you know, it's all a state of mind. And since I've gotten into the mindset that it could be minus 21, it feels pretty good. So get your mind right. Your mind is more powerful than you think. If you think you're cold, you think it's cold, then it will be. If you don't, it might be a little better. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and check out my brothers from Sleeper.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code JOBO. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Make sure you call your shot on Sleeper and download the app and use the promo code JOBOO and get up to $100 deposit matching and a $20 sign-up bonus. Do it today. The link is in the description. All right, so I see Jeff Lee's in the house. My name is Jeff. Dirty Sanchez is in the house. D. Moore is in the house. Lady Libra in the house. I see Chris Mays there. I see Papa Savage. I see Logan Motorsports. And, of course, there's the lovely and talented Horny Pierce. She's in the studio, and she's ready to get down and live. We got Shane Devlin. We've got, let's see who else is up in here. Everybody, I appreciate everybody joining us and things. I know I've been a bit missing for about the last week and a half. My mouth just has not been there. I finally found something that can shut me up, and that is getting a couple of teeth pulled. That will slow your roll. I've had so much Tylenol and Advil and everything else. You know, I'm beginning to feel like the playmaker, you know, at the White House, you know, because I've had so many drugs and everything else. And he's looking for that 5-hour Coke. If you have some of that, give him a call. The playmaker will answer. So, Holly, how are you doing there? I know you're in Texas, and it's cold down there, you say, and you're getting some ice, baby. Do.
Yep. Roads are covered. Got accidents going, of course, because nobody knows how to drive in it.
Yes. Everybody stop. Collaborate and listen.
Well, you know, I have to say,
back with a brand new mission.
There you go.
Screwing us over, man. I hate snow.
I will say that I remember being there for the Super Bowl in Dallas with the ice storm. The ice storm came through. It's very similar to this, but it literally went across the country because there were so many people who were trying to get to the Super Bowl who couldn't because their flights were canceled. And I think we were supposed to go down on Tuesday, and we couldn't get our flight until Wednesday. And when we got in, it was funny watching everybody in Dallas just going crazy with the snow. And they kept showing this one sky ramp where this tractor trailer was just stuck. They just kept showing that one over and over again. I drove around like it was nothing. Nobody's on the roads. And I was like, y'all don't know how to drive this shit. So I know it's paralyzing when you get it down there. Kind of like when you get it in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, they don't know how to drive in it. And the ones that are supposed to salt the roads don't know how to drive in it. So, and then
you don't even have that many salt trucks and stuff, do you?
No, not really. We don't.
Barely stop and pump your brakes.
Well,
we don't use them that much.
the thing is really it's not so much of driving the snow is not bad. It's the ice that makes it worse. And see, like,
And that's what we get the most.
Interstate 95 is usually like the demarcation point where we have the warmth from the coast where it's kind of more rain and ice and stuff like that. And then further west, it's pretty much snow. I'm blessed because with the Walmart right here, there's a snow plow that as soon as the first flake starts going, they're going around and they're plowing. And I've taken coffee out to the guys and stuff. They'll even help me out, just kind of push the snow away from my parking spaces and stuff. So every half hour on the hour, they're coming through to make sure Walmart can get open. So it's not bad for me at least. And
at least you can get over there to Walmart if you need anything.
I just went over there before I came up here because I wanted to make some lasagna soup. I saw this new soup and it's lasagna soup.
Yeah, I've seen those recipes. They look so good.
I'm going to make that tomorrow, and it's going to be me and my baby. It'll be snowbound, and I couldn't be happier. People act like snowstorms are nuclear fallout time by the waste. Jeremiah Hamilton, they're going crazy. You know, there's no eggs, there's no milk, there's no butter, there's no toilet tissue. The bread's all gone. It's like, you know it's only going to last for at most a week.
So I'm glad I got a bread maker. I can make my own bread.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I know Momo's going to say something in here about how stupid people are with the snow. And knowing Momo, grew up in the D.C. area where nobody knows how to drive in the snow.
That's true. I would say this about the weather. This has always been a thing. Growing up, people always running, getting milk and all these eggs.
Milk, bread,
if the electricity is out, you need perishable items. You don't need the eggs and the milk because if you ain't got no if electricity go out, you need perishable items. You need perishable things.
That's why we know how to
disagree
camp,
with you, bro.
so you can make a fire.
Momo, that would be true if it was the summertime. But if you need to refrigerate something, it's cold outside. It's
what
like
I'm
a deep
saying
freeze.
to you, people are like they're gonna starve to death. They gotta get some egg. Like you have to buy all the bread and eggs. Like in the same thing when I live in North Carolina with hurricanes. People run to the store and buy all this stuff in the summertime, and then you sit there like wondering. Then you got all this bread because people are overload. They overload. Mm-hmm. They'll buy 10 loaves of bread, 20 loaves of bread because you don't want the next person having something.
Yeah, I guess. Or they're worried that they're not going to have it. Yeah, it gets crazy because you remember during the pandemic when everybody was going through and buying like 10 years supply of toilet tissue?
Yeah.
Actually, it was crazy.
Those 64
didn't that guy in New York City and New Jersey, he get in trouble for that and then he got arrested?
It's crazy.
They caught a fight. I saw one where a lady was putting those 64 count rolls in
like
her
a
basket,
van.
but she was putting 2 or 3, and then other people were grabbing it because she was trying to get all of them.
Yeah, it gets to be crazy how people get to be. It's like, oh, I gotta get. It's like, how much shit are you gonna do? And if you really want to be smart, I'll be real with you.
Other people were grabbing it because she was trying to get off.
Well, now they have the toilet seat bidets, and then you don't have to have all that toilet tissue. You know what I mean? I mean, you can get those for about $200. Those have the remotes in them, and there's heated seats and everything else, and it'll clean everything out there. You don't need the toilet tissue. Just saying. Yeah. Okay.
Be like Crocodile Dundee. It's a backwasher.
That's it. That's it. So, all right. So now that we've gotten the snowstorm, snowmageddon, and everything that's connecting and getting everybody, I will say you cannot say it's cold because it is not cold where you are unless you're in Minneapolis. If you're at 0 or below, then you can say it's cold.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't, bro. No, it's minus 20.
Cold is cold.
It's not cold. It's a state of mind. It hasn't gotten above 17 degrees here today. I was working in a house.
Yeah.
I was working in a house with just a sweatshirt on.
I seen your video, Mark, and good luck with that. I wish you well.
Seriously. I got a pair of thermal underwear on. I had a sweatshirt.
I get all that.
And I'm moving. I felt actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know you could. If you're moving around, once you sit still and get comfortable, you know what happens.
What? You get sedentary and you start shortening your life. Your body is meant to move. What do you think they did 200 years ago, bro?
I agree with you, Mark. I'm not disagreeing with you.
They just sat down on their ass and just said, "Oh,
yeah, like that." No, I don't believe they did that.
No, they kept moving, man. They had to go out there and chop some wood. If you wanted some heat, you had to go out there and cut down a damn tree in the snow and shit.
I worked in the cold at one point in my life.
I corded wood. That's hard ass work.
Yeah, that's hard ass work. I agree with you. Nobody disagreeing with you, Mark. You looking for me to disagree with you and argue?
No, you go back and forth. Always do that. No, bro. I mean, not today. I work. I tell you what. This house I'm working on, they have like this boulder that's in the corner of the house, and it's like it's shifted, and it's like slate, and it's got rocks that just keep slicing off on it. And I've been kneeling down in there working, and my knees have all these little cuts on them and stuff and scabs and shit on there. So I finally found some thin sock-like knee pads and things. But, I don't think about pain. I don't think about cold. When somebody says, "Are you cold?" then I think about it, and it's like, yeah, actually, I am kind of cold. But it's all a state of mind. You can do anything you want if you go ahead and you can ignore the pain.
I'm not here to argue today. I'm here to...
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. I mean, I'm laughing at the Cowboy fans, the fan base today.
Have y'all found a defensive coordinator yet?
Have y'all found a real coach yet? Because y'all surely don't got one.
Coach yet?
Oh yeah, because y'all had one, and now he's in Pittsburgh, and now he's guaranteed to do 10 years, and y'all sitting here put Mike McCarthy under the bus like he was this horrible coach. He was a very good coach for y'all, but y'all drove him out. The media, the media in Dallas, the media and national media, like he was a bum, but he was.
I thought you weren't going to argue with him
because he was a Cowboy head coach. That's the only reason. But he wasn't a bad coach.
So wait a minute. That boy's kicks. What's up, man?
He did what he did. Pittsburgh, he gonna have 10 plus years in Pittsburgh. We all know that, and y'all gonna be a bunch of wishing when he goes to the championship or Super Bowl. Y'all
7-0.
crying and saying, "Well, y'all." So good luck, Cowboy fans. Y'all still gonna be behind the 8 ball, and I don't want to see Wade come up here saying, "I don't know about Cowboys," just like that. Only Lloyd that Cowboy Wade know about is a 19 in the 90s. Get out of your stinking home and be better and do better.
And lighters up.
We fight for all DC. Who are we? I speak facts.
I thought you weren't going to argue today.
I'm not arguing. I'm just spitting facts.
So you just
I know what you did, Momo. You watched my video because I said, and I hope my friend Richard joins us because he's a Steeler fan. And I said, I said Mike McCarthy is not a bad coach because, as great as Aaron Rodgers was, he won 1 Super Bowl, and guess who the coach was? Mike McCarthy. Right? And the fact that he was 12-5 3 years in a row, where he did not get very much support from the Dallas Cowboys front office. They took his best wide receiver.
Didn't want him back as a head coach?
Say what?
Didn't you say you didn't want McCarthy back as a head coach?
Yeah, I did. Because
wait,
Momo, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. You have a window of about 5 years as a coach. If you cannot get the players that you are looking for to get your system and get them to buy into it and have success, you will never have success.
Okay.
Hold it. Let me finish this. And that's when it's time to move on. See, the Cowboys screwed the pooch because they kept Jason Garrett for too long. Jason Garrett might not be a bad coach, but everybody tuned him out. Everybody knew you could go around Jason Garrett and go to Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And so that's where you kind of get burned out. I will say that Pittsburgh's coach, he's at that point where it's just not going to happen there. And in the same way, Andy Reid, it just needed a change. It's not that Andy Reid was a bad coach. It was time to have a change.
Yeah. After 10 years, Jerry, he was there a long time. But here's the thing.
And you realize, Momo, you just cursed Mike McCarthy.
You did.
I didn't curse Mike McCarthy.
Yes, you did.
He's
Yes,
a better
you
coach
did,
than the coach
Momo.
you got
Yes,
now.
you did.
This coach is Did you see my Did you see my stuff today? What I said about all Dallas Cowboy coaches, what they was doing, sticking their hand up their ass and saying and trying to do the 5 fingers of death. Did you see that?
Not the
Sorry, Momo. I apologize, but I was actually working till about 4:00, and then I went over to Walmart to get some food before we get the snowstorm.
All those decisions made by the Dallas Cowboys, people go telling me about Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan was not the first choice of McCarthy. McCarthy wanted somebody else. Jerry makes every decision that you coming in. You got to get past the ball.
Yes, Momo. Yes, you are right. That Mike McCarthy.
So he wanted Nolan.
Whoa. Yes, you are. I'm going to say with Mike Nolan and stuff, that was true. When Mike McCarthy came here, Kellen Moore was already installed as his offensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy could not pick who he wanted. Now, do you really believe that Jerry Jones knew who Christian Parker was? That he's been following Christian Parker for his whole career here, and he said...
No, somebody suggested it to him.
Yes, Brian Schottenheimer. This is completely different than what the Cowboys do. The Cowboys always hire a failed head coach as a defensive coordinator, whether it's Scott Linehan, whether it's Rod Martinelli, whether it's Dan your coach, or
Dan
Mike
Quinn.
Nolan, or Dan Quinn. It's always somebody who has been a failed head coach, who was a decent coordinator before, an old guy that he has a relationship with. Jerry Jones, seriously. Mike Zimmer, he coached here. He went to the Colts and then went to, he was here, went to Cincinnati and then went to Minnesota, and there was familiarity, okay? When you look at all of these people, there are people that Jerry Jones had relationships with before that are older guys that he can relate to. Christian Parker is 34 years old. This is totally different than what they do. In the same way, Pittsburgh typically does what we usually do. They get an unknown as the head coach and look to have him for 19 years. They don't look at guys that are old.
Do you think Mike McCarthy going to be there 10 plus years? They're not hiring nobody. Ain't going to be there at least 10 years.
You don't know that. Shit, they might not be there for 10 more years. They getting up there in age too.
What I'm saying to you that
just because you have a 10-year contract doesn't mean you're going to be there for 10 years.
Everything goes by Jerry. Any coaching, any receiver, any draft picks, anything go by Jerry. So y'all really believe? See, now that's when y'all said stop blaming coaches and players. The perfect denominator.
Momo, do you have a defensive coordinator yet?
One person is Jerry. Jerry has wrecked this franchise. Before you
know what's funny though, Momo, breathe, Momo, breathe.
You love Tom Landry. You love the owner. They was football gods. They were football gods, and Jerry came here and mucked it up because he got jealous because he wasn't getting the attention he would deserve. You never heard Hank Stram get.
Oh my God!
Good Lord! Hi, Richard.
Did he find the 5-hour coke that Michael Irvin's looking for? He's on some shit tonight. Good God. He acts like his team is here winning Super Bowls and stuff, and he's got the next failed quarterback.
Exactly. He's getting the response he wants.
No. Because you didn't have enough airplay. I got to introduce somebody here, okay? Hey. All right, now sit down and shut the F up for a minute, Momo, and breathe, because you literally weren't breathing when you went through that diatribe about bro. You see, here's the thing. I understand it because I'm getting hate mail from 49er fans and Eagle fans because they're upset because their team sucks and they want to take it out on me. And looking at your team sucks. And you want to take it out on the Cowboys and try and tell us that we ain't worth shit when you ain't any better, bro.
I told you.
You ain't any better.
I say y'all the mirror image of us. I said that.
Oh, Lordy. Yet we kicked your teeth in twice this week. Now sit down and shut up. All right. I told you guys. What's up, Kiana? What's going on? How are you doing? See, I'm getting ready to say Kiana again. Okay. It still messes me up with the Q. Okay. All right. I've got my good friend Richard. We've been friends for over 20 years, and he is a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. And he told me he's getting ready to start doing a YouTube channel. And I said, that's good because I don't think there's a lot of Steeler content creators and having the draft in Pittsburgh and the turmoil that is, this is a good time to jump in. And I had said to Richard, and you can unmute yourself, Richard. Didn't I say to you they're going to hire Mike McCarthy?
Unfortunately, you did say that, yes.
I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
You're like, they're not going to hire. I always use your deep voice. They're not going to hire Mike McCarthy.
I can't even believe it. I would have bet I'd have bet a paycheck on it.
Momo says did he get a 10-year deal?
You know, I didn't even look into the details of the deal. I'm still in the shock stage and trying to even absorb the fact that we're going into next season with Mike McCarthy as our head coach.
How you doing, Richard?
How's it going?
I don't know if he got a 10-year deal. What I was saying that they normally.
So hold on.
Zipped his lips again.
Stop. You keep doing this shit, Momo. You keep coming. Oh, he got a 10-year deal. I was like, you got a 10-year deal? Don't come in here. Look, you cannot come in here and act like you got facts when they're not facts.
He
gonna be there for next year. He got a 10-year deal. No, man. No.
It's unfactual. What I was trying to say, and maybe I didn't say it correctly, Mark. I was trying to say that those coaches didn't stay there longer. That's all, Mark.
Not these days, bro. No.
Man, what's up with you, Momo? You
stay places long at all.
Man, you were talking about Rivers getting a job in Buffalo yesterday, saying that he may be a porn star. If he got the job yesterday, he was going to bring in
Philip Rivers is not a porn. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
You crazy? It's something wrong with him. He got problems.
Jimmy Garoppolo is the porn star. Philip Rivers got like 50,000 kids with the same woman. That's why he came back because he needed to re-up his health insurance to pay for all the damn kids.
What was the joke I said about Philip Rivers?
What I said about the man's pull-out game suck. You said
yes, because how can he have how can he be a head coach if he can't pull out all these kids he got? It was a joke.
It's a 5-year deal.
Oh my God.
A 5-year deal.
5-year deal. Which means that see, and here's the reality. Unless it's the Cowboys, because the Cowboys aren't going to pay you to not be there. Okay? Other teams have no problem letting you go. Look at the Raiders. They got 5 coaches on the payroll that are no longer coaching for them. They pay $50 million a year to coaches they fired. So,
well, I mean, I will tell you the Steelers are also one of those teams that are not in the habit of paying coaches that are not there anymore. This Mike Tomlin situation is a rarity for them. And as much as the time him having 2 years left on his contract, they would sooner, kill themselves than be stuck paying 2 years for a coach who's not going to be coaching there. So this is kind of unusual for them. It is really going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. This is very outside of their usual wheelhouse. I mean, they usually go for that 30-something defensive coordinator type that they can keep around for 15 years.
Right.
But obviously, look at that, McCarthy's not going to be around for 15 years. And certainly is not a 30-something defensive type. So, today's Roonies aren't behaving like yesterday's Roonies. And so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. And just to say this as a Steelers fan, I respect Mike McCarthy as a head coach. I mean, I think he's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. It's just that as a Steelers fan, just feels more of the same. Like he'll get you to the playoffs, but can he win playoff games? And we haven't seen any evidence of that since he's been in Green Bay. And
but here's what I'll say though. Let me counter this. And people are asking to plug your channel. Have you gotten it up?
I do not have my channel up yet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm working on that.
Right. So when he gets it, I'll put it in the community tab
a few times between now and then. So we'll get to that.
Here's what I'm going to say as far as Mike McCarthy goes. Okay. And yes, we did not have a lot of success in playoffs, but when have we? If you look at the totality of Mike McCarthy being here, of 6-10 without his quarterback, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. The Cowboys, it wasn't like they were the Eagles and they went out there and they got all kinds of free agents and brought him people. When you look at how bad we drafted during his tenure here and getting rid of players like Amari Cooper, we drafted Mozzie Smith, we drafted Schoonmaker, we drafted Boss Man Fat, we drafted Tristan Hill. We did nothing to really help better his team, yet he still got 12-5. The problem, of course, in playoffs were we didn't have the personnel across the board like other teams have. When I look at seeing these other teams and seeing defenses that can really get up the field other than just one guy like Micah, when we literally had a safety playing linebacker, you have to look at it and say, Mike McCarthy didn't fail as much as the Cowboys failed Mike McCarthy.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, that's what I'll say. You don't win 12 games in the NFL being a bum.
I can agree
not
with
3
that.
years in a row. So
I can agree with that. And I mean, at the very least, and just as me and my son were just talking about this hour or so ago, I was like, I mean, look, at least maybe we'll figure out how to score points right now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that he does have problems in the red zone.
Score, but yeah,
he would change that.
Management.
He would change that. That division is going to be Pittsburgh on. I believe that.
Oh, Lordy.
And Richard, you're gonna have
Richard,
a
just got the kiss of death.
happy years going forward. The Cowboy fan base, when he goes to NFC Championship or win a Super Bowl,
he won't be in the NFC
jealous.
Championship. It'll be AFC, Momo.
I did say AFC. If I did
you
not
said
apologize.
NFC.
And Richard, when your channel come up, I welcome to be a member of your channel. Because I will support I support everybody. And also
He's
when
our
I
local
say it was a
jockstrap.
10-year deal, I was saying not that he signed a 10-year deal again. I was saying that Pittsburgh's in the history of Pittsburgh, coaches last at least 10 years or more.
This is true.
This
the
is
last
the new
3
NFL.
have been around at least 15, actually. But
Yeah. So that's a gig he gonna live because they're not going to be quick to fire you after 3 years or 4 years. They gonna say, "Hey, you have you struggle," and they gonna allow you to win because they not a win now franchise because they've been winning. So they can continue to win.
They rarely make panic moves. The man is 62, so that's the part that gives me hesitation on the longevity of his tenure. We'll see how that goes, but. Hey man, look, it is what it is. Just like any other fan, all I can do now is have some hope.
I think it's a win-win for you.
We will see. I'm not as optimistic as you are, but
I just think it's going to change your offense most definitely.
I do believe that.
Who's the quarterback?
Well, that's a very good question, sir.
It's quarterbacks out there you can get that could be serviceable because in this league you don't have to be great. You just could be just a serviceable quarterback. Don't make mistakes. And have a good defense.
When you look at the landscape of the quarterback market right now, though, it is not inspiring. I mean, okay, like maybe they can make a move for somebody like a Mac Jones or a Malik Willis. I don't even know if they would, but those are two names that immediately come to mind as far as guys that have at least showed that they may have showed as backups this past season that they might at least have some starter capability in
Kirk
them.
Cousins.
Okay. All right, Momo. Chill.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins is certainly another possibility. I wouldn't be surprised knowing them, but I really hope Aaron Rodgers is done.
Well,
or at least
here's what
done
I
with
want to
us.
say. Okay, now first of all, Richard, I want you to know you're new here with everybody and all that. That Momo is our village idiot. Okay, he said that
What? How dare you?
Yes, you
insult me
are
that way.
Yes, you are. Because
I don't take kindly to that.
okay,
No, you on.
Let me give you a little background on Momo. Okay, first of all, he ended up getting up one time and his pants fell down, so we all seen the moon. Okay. Second thing is he said the Commanders were going to start out 7-0 and we're going to win the division. Third, he said Jalen Daniels was not going to have a sophomore slump.
He still hasn't had it.
Okay, so that's where we are with all of that, Richard. But, Richard, you and I were talking about all the draft capital that they have right now. This might be where Mike McCarthy hits the reset button. And maybe you end up looking and saying, maybe we trade T.J. Watt.
You know,
and go for a quarterback.
If there's ever a time to trade Watt, I agree. I would do that. You know, if it was up to me, I would do that. But man, okay, so let's look at the draft class, right? You got Mendoza, right? Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then what, right? Ty Simpson? I mean, he already, at least as we're sitting here talking right now, he already might make it into the teens range. Of course, the combine workouts might change this. Quarterback hungry teams start getting nervous in the draft, and I still wouldn't be surprised to see him make his way into the top 10 before this process is over. But as it stands right now, as we're talking, it looks like his projections are somewhere in the teens. Okay. So maybe he gets high enough where the Steelers say, okay, let's trade up and go get him. But Ty Simpson, I'm unsure, right? And then, you know, this kid Chamblees in Ole Miss looks like he's pretty decent, but he's also looked like he's kind of being forced into this reluctantly because he wants to go back to college.
Yeah. What about Beck?
I believe that Carson Beck damaged himself in the national championship game. He had a chance to really solidify his to reclaim some draft status. But the way that game ended and that terrible interception in that game, I think in the end he probably did more harm than good in that championship game. I
think he was gunshot because I think he was getting hit so much of that game. When you know how pressure get to you, you just short arm the ball because you try and get rid of the ball.
Get that, but the problem is that ain't getting no better in the National Football League.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see the dynamic here is Richard starts his channel and gets Momo on there because y'all are going back and forth pretty good right here.
And if Beck want to strengthen up his draft chances, he gonna have to have a good combine.
He's going to have an outstanding pre-draft process. I agree.
Yes. He might. Was that the test, the reading test they do? He might score high. You know what they do with that one? He might say he's the best ever done it. He get 100%, and his capital goes up.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Village Idiot. I appreciate that.
Why you keep calling me Village Idiot? I'll tell you. I ain't going to skip and jump from
I'll tell you what.
So don't let me run up on you now. I'm just saying.
Mom, you're the resident hater, dude.
And Mr. Sir, talking to me. I ain't too far from you neither.
Momo, they said
you're about 6 hours away. But
we also call him Richard. We also call him Mikey because he hates everything.
Yeah,
I just tell the truth, and y'all don't like anything. They don't like nothing I say.
They said if this was Family Matters, you'd be Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo.
There we go. All right. All right. So we got a new poll up right now. Let's see what the island says on it.
Well, did you really put this shit up, Mark? Did you really put this shit up?
Look, we'll see how it goes.
Now you're going to get the naysayers believing in the bullshit they say about me that they ain't laughing with me. They're laughing. And stop. Why you do that?
Momo, sometimes it's better to be quiet and let people think that you're an idiot than to open up your mouth.
I don't care what they think of me, Mark. I ain't got soft skin.
Okay.
I ain't got soft skin. I'm born in Washington, D.C.
You're a grown-ass man, because you admit that you can say stupid shit.
I say dumb shit that comes true too. Richard laughing.
The ironic thing is true.
I know.
Okay, all right. Momo, we kid because we love. This is not real life. This is YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun. See, you know what's funny to me is I keep getting 49er fans that send me emails that tell you how stupid you are, man. You know, it's like, the first rule of YouTube is to get people to watch. However you can get people to watch. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing that counts is to get people to watch.
Yes,
so
I
they
agree
may
with you.
hate me, but they're still watching me.
Yeah, they hate on. So I would say this to people, and I said it in my channel earlier. It was a lot of back and forth going on there. I had a good number of people in my channel today, which I was happy that. But people are too sensitive about everything. I think people going back and forth. This is the internet. You could be. It's an old saying. You could be anything you wanted to be on the internet. So you shouldn't be offended when someone says to you, just like that. Personally, I don't care what people say about me. And I think Rich is going to do good because I heard him on your channel before.
Yeah.
And he was very informative. He's very good. His knowledge of the game is very excellent. So I look forward to hearing.
And he doesn't say
from
stupid
him.
shit.
He don't say stupid shit like me.
No.
I say the dumbest shit.
Or like this guy, I don't even know. Honestly, Dak Prescott is holding the team back. He is a garbage quarterback.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I wouldn't just say Dak Prescott is I will say Dak Prescott is one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks. He's great in the regular seasons, but in the postseason he falls.
Well,
for a
he
long
was
time,
nominated
that was Manning thing. Manning had these great seasons, and then he could never win in the playoffs.
Well, he
Until
wasn't
he
nominated for comeback player of the year for nothing, though.
Yeah.
So he's a lot better.
That's the regular
what
season.
People give him credit.
That's regular season trophies.
Oh, it don't matter. He's still.
That's what I just said. He's a great regular season.
Momo. You know
There
I
we
love
go, Momo.
Momo. You know I love you, but you're hogging up the mic, the airspace. I haven't gotten my Derek J fix. I haven't gotten my Mark Thomas Garrett fix, and Loyal just left the room. Okay, he's like, I can come back and Momo will still be talking. Okay, so let some other people get into the conversation here. We know you got a lot on your plate. You got a lot of anger up in there and a lot of hate for the Cowboys. We get that, but shouldn't you be doing this all on Momo's rants?
I already did that.
Oh, okay. All right, just checking. I just want to make sure that you're taking care of you.
I'm loyal.
My
He's
name,
back.
by the way.
So Derek J, what's going on in your world, man?
Nothing.
Besides eating crackers.
Nothing.
Besides what?
You know what I think you need to do a reaction on?
What's that?
Momo.
On Momo. On one of Momo's videos.
That would be fun.
On one of those videos that he's saying stupid shit. What is he talking about?
That'd be funny.
I think you should. I really think you should. Do a reaction.
Well, I mean,
Momo video.
on one channel, I focus on people who getting arrested. So Momo got to do that.
You could
for me
say
to
he should
get
be
up there.
arrested. How is this guy not in jail?
And the other ones I talk about all negative stuff, scamming, people who scam, different scams, terrible neighbors. It's all negative. He could go on that one, yeah.
Yeah, he can definitely. Yeah.
I love it when you get a call on here and you'll do it for us on here. Scammer.
Oh yeah, I wish they would call me. I don't know. They be passing scammers be passing my phone number around. I used to have fun with it. Now I'm getting tired of it.
Walker Wade says, Momo, shut your trap already. Thank you for the super chat there, my man.
Momo, the inquiring minds want to know.
What's up? Well, I want to know. What you want to know?
I don't know. We just.
I just. Okay. When I was on my channel, and I was talking about the Cowboys head coaches since Jerry been there, since he hasn't had nobody to run. So like I said, Jerry stick that 5 fingers of death up these coaches' butt. He is the puppet of these coaches. He said he tell them what to do, how to do it, when to shit and when not to shit.
Okay, all right. So besides Momo, who's poo-pooed on our parade here,
I want to know what Richard thinks about Dak. And if you had a chance to have Dak, would you have him on your team? Because everybody else seems to hate Dak, so I thought I'd just ask somebody that's not Philly with Philly, or
Dak Prescott will be a huge improvement on our team. Best quarterback we would have had since Ben Roethlisberger. I like Dak Prescott as a quarterback. I do understand Momo's point, though, about him kind of being a regular season guy. But I don't know if I would pin all of the Cowboys' playoff failures directly on Dak, though. But but I like the guy. There was a time, and I'm sitting here thinking now about this. I still don't know that he's not the best quarterback in that division. So I don't have a negative view of Dak Prescott at all.
I was just wondering your view as from a different team's perspective, and because us NFC and the NFC East are always, way we are, but somebody else looking out in,
No, I think he's an asset to your team. I mean, who else are you going to have? I mean, quarterbacks are not easy to find, and that guy is at very bare minimum, in my opinion, he's at least arguably the best quarterback in that division. So,
yeah, and hopefully, this coordinator can get his coaching staff, long as the Muppets don't try to get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
We could do something.
Yep.
Because
Dallas needs to give him a running game, man, and
we got.
I don't know what. A little bit.
What we need now is 2 tackles and a defense.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we definitely need tackles.
That's true.
Yeah.
If we were to get that, oh man, we'd be golden.
Are you? So you guys going to extend Pickens?
Okay, here's my thing on Pickens. We got rid of Amari Cooper, who had 865 yards. He was our second leading receiver that year. And we replaced him with Michael Gallup, who had about 500 some yards. And then our next one was Noah Brown with like 600 yards. After that, it was Jalen Tolbert and Brandon Cooks. Nobody, as the number 2 wide receiver on this team, has had over 650 yards since Amari Cooper. Pickens, 1,400 yards. He's doubled the production. And you think about giving up a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo, or a 4th-round pick drafting Jalen Tolbert, or you think about the money you paid Brandon Cooks. We were still paying $5 million last year, dead money for Brandon Cooks, and the $54 million contract to Michael Gallup. Pickens is actually a bargain.
He's a bargain right now, but he's not about to be.
No, even if you go ahead and pay him, it's still a bargain in my mind, because you have been trying to replace Amari Cooper for the last 3 or 4 years, and you finally now have. Are you going to go back to saying, now we got to replace him again? Are you going to take draft capital and turn around and try and draft somebody? Because we don't have that many picks. We got the 2 number 1s, but then we don't have a 2nd and a 3rd. So we are kind of devoid of a lot of picks that are going to be impact players. If you're, to me, I look at it, the Cowboys like this. Jerry Jones is 83 years old. For a billionaire white man, their life expectancy is 86. They got the highest life expectancy of any group in the world. Okay, so that's 3 years. If you're looking at Dak Prescott, he stayed upright this year, and you look at that and you say, I could see him playing really good for 3 more years. And at that point, you look at it saying, we blow the shit up. So that's my mentality, is Jerry wants to win some before he goes. Then you flip the triggers on the players that you have. You grab that $100 million. You sign a team-friendly deal where you kick the money down the road for Pickens, and you go out in free agency and you really load up on this defense with your new young defense coordinator. Because here's why you want to be successful with your defense. With Christian Parker being a minority, if you keep him for 2 years and he goes on to become a head coach, 2 third-round comp picks. And that's where you got to look at this as a long game. You helping him out on the defense helps, of course, Dak, and helps your future of being able to get those draft picks. So, yes, I got to sign George Pickens because I don't want to have to worry about trying to replace a receiver. I'm trying to keep everything together that I had that worked last year. I need 2 tackles on offense, and I'm good.
I got to give your team credit. Pickens had a better run with you guys last year than I certainly anticipated, being a fan of the team he formerly played for and knowing what kind of head case he can be. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you guys are faced with this decision, though. It'll be interesting to see, if y'all get a guy who gets new money and then it frees him to be who he is. I guess in the end it'll do that. The question is, who is he going to be when that happens?
Well, the Cowboys are good at putting...
Pickens has been an issue everywhere he's been. So if he does something other than that, it'll be new territory for him. And so that's the only thing about that guy that concerns me.
The Cowboys are famous of putting shit in contracts to make sure that you're okay or that they can get out of them. So I'm sure that that's going to have some different clauses in there that if he does show his ass, but
that's on his agent. The agent should not allow that to be in your contract.
But the other side of it is, if you're George Pickens and you look at this and say, I've got all the publicity in the world, I've got a really good quarterback who's throwing me the football and likes to get it to me, I'm now all pro, I'm getting the passes and the things that I've been looking for and competitiveness, where does he think he's going to go that he's going to get more?
Anywhere. I think he come to Washington, he could get a good sweet deal.
Oh, Lordy. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he could. But you're talking about going to Washington where players' careers go to die.
No. I would say that head coaches go to Dallas to die.
We ain't had that many recent years.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Every 2-3 years, y'all get a new coach.
All right, Momo, when's the last time you guys had a winning head coach? Joe Gibbs?
Probably so.
Gruden and who else?
My team, my loyalty. I'm at Uptown Royalty.
Y'all can hate on me because I don't. This is not my channel. I'm gonna shut up.
That would be a first.
That was the funniest thing I heard.
He finally got it.
He'd lied about shutting up.
76 of the respondents say you are the biggest idiot.
Holly, he couldn't win the challenge. He couldn't do the quiet challenge.
No.
Okay, so now that it's been 45 minutes into this conversation, and I've been wanting to get to us actually hiring a defensive coordinator, but Momo wouldn't let us. How do y'all feel about Christian Parker? This is definitely not the Cowboys way, in the same way hiring Mike McCarthy.
I like it a lot. Way. I really like it. And they're already
young, hungry, young, hungry coach with a chip on his shoulder, wants to prove himself. I like it. I mean, because these are the unknowns. And, we've been hiring all these coordinators that people know and ain't did squat for us. So I let the young guy cook. Let him cook.
There you go.
Get him some groceries.
Yes,
we got like we did Shotty. He's got to get his chance. Gave Shotty.
Okay, Shotty.
Yeah, and they're also doing another. An hour ago, they put out a story that they're also going to be interviewing another Eagles coach, Ronell Williams.
Oh shit!
After this hire.
Okay.
I thought he's on his way to Tennessee.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
I feel bad for Christian Parker. He should have went to another team, but I understand.
He just wanted a Momo, you know that.
It's I don't know what's up with y'all Cowboy fans. Y'all like going to a bad neighborhood, and y'all know that street is bad, but y'all keep going to the same street, walking down the same street and getting robbed. But y'all know they're gonna rob you, go down there, but y'all still going. So y'all keep doing the same thing over and over again. Things gonna be any different.
Do the quiet challenge
like that. So this Parker guy, he's going to help your DBs. I agree with that. But I don't see overall your defense getting any better because y'all gonna have to regroup and y'all gonna be
He's
another
already
2 or 3
failed.
years.
Momo. You know,
I'm
our
just saying.
defensive front is actually pretty good.
Okay.
We actually have a great front line. And in fact, when you looked at our games, if you go back and watch some of them, first down, second down, we would get teams in third down and long.
Okay, are y'all going to be the 3-4 or 4-3 mark this coming year?
It's probably going to be 5-man fronts. Okay, and today is you're not really 3-4-4-3. You're really more of a hybrid. But be that as it may, what I'm saying is third down and long. Everybody had completions.
All due respect, worry about your team and not ours.
All due respect, I'm not.
Worry about your team and not
I'm
ours.
not. I worry about my team, and I'm going to worry about yours too. How about that?
You seem to know everything about the Cowboys. Do you know anything about the Commanders?
I surely do.
You do.
You want to go down that rabbit hole?
So who you hire?
Really
who do you
down that rabbit
Yeah,
hole?
I do. Who do you want to hire as a defensive coordinator?
I'm not going to answer you about who's on team because the defense is so horrible and bad. I'm not going to name no cornerbacks. I'm going to name them by position until they get some good players on this team that can tackle, that can cover, that can block. Okay. Then
so you're telling me there's nobody on your defense that you think you should be keeping?
First?
I don't know. He went to third.
Okay, so there's nobody on your defense that's worth keeping.
Louisville. I say Louisville.
Okay.
It's full of hatred.
I ain't nobody here for nothing, Thomas. You got. I'm just telling you how I feel. You can base that on hate because people want to paint my narrative as their narrative. I tell the truth how I see it.
And you studying and going on.
Commanders fan.
But you're always on the Cowboys.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You're Washington fans. You're a Washington fan, but you're always on Cowboy channels. Talking shit about the Cowboys.
Mark, we have a love-hate relationship at this point.
I'm not on Washington channels talking shit about the Commanders.
I'm gonna do what I do. People come. I got Washington. I don't. People. It's hard. People to me don't understand what I'm saying when I say the truth. But that's fine. That's fine.
I got to take some Advil.
We just the life of the party.
Momo, you're giving me a headache. I got to take some Advil, man.
He's boring.
You got that headache for being in the cold. You didn't get it from me.
There's a guy I'd like to get.
Well, he's got it from you because he's having to talk too much over you.
I said I'll shut up.
Washington
Look, we're not getting anywhere talking with this guy. So 3 more years and blow it up, done changed the whole roster in 5 years, and look where they are. Big Spank Dog, look where your team is, bro. You didn't change the owners. You didn't change coaches. And right now, you're the over-the-hill gang with a bunch of guys that didn't perform and do shit. I'm just amazed at how Commander fans that had one good season in the last 30 years think they got the right to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Are you serious?
That was a fluke year. A fluke.
Momo,
we don't say about fluke when we win the division.
It was a fluke that year you guys went.
Oh,
it was frauds. There was frauds.
Hey, Mark, I just thought about something. Don't you go to an Eagle station once a week?
Oh my God.
Yeah, once a week for an hour.
Okay, then. So what you talking about me for?
You've already been on this one for an hour. Have you been
But
on
he
game
talks
times
about the
this week?
Cowboys when he's there.
And I talk about Washington out there.
You ain't said nothing.
But you're not talking about Washington.
Momo,
Washington,
you won't even name anybody on your
this
defense that you want to keep. You ain't talking about Washington. You ain't coming here and said, Washington, we head and shoulders better than you, man. We
definitely better than the Cowboys. Y'all got a bad defense. We got a bad defense. So we are mirror image.
And we got a great offense. And what you got?
Huh?
We got a great offense. What you got?
I got a coordinator who everybody figure out in the league. Cliff Kingsbury, everywhere he goes. Everywhere Cliff Kingsbury go, after a year or a year and a half, Kings figure out his schemes. This is an ongoing issue. When he was the head coach at Arizona, it was the same thing.
Okay, make it stop. Christian Parker is a great pickup for Dallas, but you guys got to be patient with him and let your talent catch up so you can see them shine. I agree with that at 100%. And that's the problem is it doesn't matter about Christian Parker knowing his X's and O's if they don't upgrade the talent. We have some sorry players. Now, the Cowboys go out here and they get some players. And it sounds like, if we're interviewing another Eagle assistant, sounds like the Cowboys are trying to poach a little bit and hurt the Eagles a little bit. I'm just saying.
Can I interrupt, Mark?
Please do. Please interrupt Momo's show.
It says but our quarterback went to the NFC Championship in 1 year. Well, Big Spank, everybody got tape on him, and look what he did.
Couldn't stay on the field.
He had a RG3-ish season.
Oh wow.
I was RG3. Like,
see now, nope. Don't deal with that lie. That's no. He didn't have. He was hurt. Robert Griffin didn't want to slide. Robert Griffin couldn't throw. He could not throw out the pocket. Robert Griffin was listen to his daddy and destroying the locker room. So let's don't put that man under the bus and compare to Robert Griffin.
There've been a lot of one-hit wonder quarterbacks.
Jaden Daniels might be listening to his mama.
Okay, you can say y'all can call him a one-hit wonder, but you can't compare it to Robert Griffin. Robert Griffin destroyed the Washington football team in that locker room and didn't care about nobody but himself. His daddy wanted him to be a pocket passer where he could never throw the ball in the pocket. He was a play-action passer. That's it. Stop it. Stop it.
Jaden Daniels' mama don't want him to learn how to slide.
We don't know that. That was last year. That was last year. That was last year, Derek. That was last year. You ain't gonna come here and talk about my team and like that. Then I ain't gonna come back and don't.
She want to play offensive line for him.
Y'all need to shut the hell up with that noise. I'm here. Defend my team. Just like you out here defend y'all. Like that. And lift the head back. I'm gonna stay back.
The Hawks open big old holes.
Okay.
Logan has a question for Richard.
Yeah. I just dropped the mic on that, by the way. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Somebody said Robert Griffin IV.
I wish he would drop the mic and break it.
I want to know what he thought about John Harbaugh going to the Giants.
And let me say something, Mark, real seriously.
No.
I have to say this, Mark, and it's nothing to do with you. I wish people stop saying that you disrespecting me in all this. Y'all guys don't know me and Mark relation. I mean, this is all in fun. You think I care what Mark says or anybody says? Y'all got it all wrong. I go to Chris's channel. It's all mother love. Nobody, Mark ain't putting me down. I wish people stop saying that shit. That's all I got to say.
Man,
my home team, my loyalty. Okay.
Momo, you said you can't even keep a name for your team. How do you know what to do?
What?
You've changed your name a few times, so therefore, between coaches and names of the team, you guys don't even know what you're doing even over there.
I don't know what boat you didn't get on, but you need to get on the right boat.
Wait a minute, isn't your coach on the hot seat this year?
Yeah, he's definitely on the hot seat.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I was just checking because way you talk about the Cowboys, your team must be ready to go to the Super Bowl next year, right?
No, anything's possible.
He's the only coach that had playoff success for the Commanders/Redskins. And how many years? And you ready to get rid of him?
We went to the playoffs before he got there. Remember?
No, you mean the COVID year with a losing record?
Oh, no, not success.
No, was that the year with Heineke? I don't think that was the year with Heineke.
With eyebrows?
When they lost, Heineke lost in the first round. I'm talking about playoff success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Heineke lost to Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay
Eyebrows.
Buccaneers.
Okay, so I want to check in with Richard and see how he's doing here because he's like, "What the hell did I sign up for?" Here?
Oh no, man! I'm just enjoying the show, man. This is good stuff.
Yeah. Welcome to the Momo's rants. He's just going on and on. He got diarrhea of the mouth.
We act like this every Saturday and Sunday, man.
Oh yeah.
We good. We good.
Hey, I gotta give a man credit for standing up for his team, though, trying to defend his team. So he in a den full of Cowboys by himself, the lone Redskin, trying to stick up for his team.
Well, on the real though, back to the Steelers here for a second. See, I think the problem with the Steelers have been kind of like the same problem that the Cowboys have had, which is you're good enough that you make the playoffs or close to the playoffs conversation, but not bad enough to really change the team. And therefore, the team is always trying to do a little bit here to try and tweak it and say we can go all the way instead of starting over. Because I think this is the opportunity for the Steelers to kind of hit that reset button. You've been trying to get a quarterback, like you said, since Big Ben, and you've tried everything and nothing's worked out. That's got to be the first thing that your team looks at. You do have so much draft capital that, like you said, maybe you end up looking and saying, let's just tear this whole thing apart and start all over. When you look at the Cowboys of the 90s, because they were rock bottom and they had all those picks and things, they got a group of guys that were all about the same age, and they kind of learned and growed together for a couple of years and then went on to be great. And I look at that with Denver. Sean Payton comes in and gets rid of Russell Wilson. Everybody thought he was crazy. But now you look at the team that he built, it can't be a one-year fix. It's actually about building for the longer term to really get people together. And so when I say TJ Watt's getting kind of older there. You got to look at it and say, maybe it's 2 years or 3 years away. What will TJ Watt be in 2 or 3 years? If I can get a first-round pick for him now and get rid of that salary, then I can look at getting somebody younger and having that money to bring in other people. That would be my thought.
I got a question for Richard. Okay, I'll let you.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I know the Steelers, they've only had 3 coaches in the history of you guys' existence. Do you think that Mike McCarthy will be here for a long time? You think that's what their plan is, to keep him here for a while?
I don't know how he could be. I mean, at 62 years old, I wouldn't call it impossible, but it would be impressive. I mean, the average lifespan for a coach in Pittsburgh since the 60s has been about 15 years. That would mean that McCarthy would have to be coaching until he's 77 or something like that. I mean, that seems really unlikely.
I think Pete Carroll was 73.
That's what really makes this a bit surprising to me as a hire, because just from his age alone, it surprises me the Steelers made a hire like that. It's just really outside of their usual way of doing business like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds and what the long-term plan is, to be honest with you. This is we're an organization that's not in the game of firing coaches every 3 to 5 years. So, but this feels like about a 5-year hire to me. So we'll see.
Okay.
And as it pertains to, the TJ Watt thing, Mark, I agree with you. I think it's a logical thing to consider. My problem is with the Steelers organization anyway, is that's not really, we're loyal to a fault. They're very loyal to their stars, at least in recent years. People forget in the old days, the Steelers used to be strictly business. I mean, Franco Harris finished his career in Seattle, so things like that. But then once we got into the Cower age and everything, this franchise turned into super loyal. They were much better at growing their own homegrown talent, though, drafting well and growing their homegrown talent than they have been under Tomlin's years. Is when that's really come off the wheels, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of great respect for Mike Tomlin as a head coach, but from my point of view, ever since the last of Cowher's players retired, Tomlin hasn't been able to put together a team that can win a playoff game. And so his legacy is tough for me as a Steeler fan on the outside looking in. He's a Hall of Famer and all this stuff, and he probably will be. But when I look at
He's like
when I
John
look at his career, it's the first half of his career where he had a lot of influence and strong locker room leaders that he inherited from Cowher's team. To when the last of that got purged out, and he had to replace those guys and build his own roster. The only thing that kept that team competitive was the lengthy career of Ben Roethlisberger. And once Ben was gone, now it's like everything is about. Did you know he didn't have a losing season?
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I think McCarthy will bring good things to y'all, though. I mean, he's not the best coach, but I mean, he can get you in the playoffs.
I tell you what, wait a minute. When you start looking at some of these guys getting hired,
if I could just say something in there real quick about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the Steelers, right? It's not about just getting in the playoffs, though. And I believe McCarthy can get us in the playoffs. We can get in the playoffs. Question is, can we win a game? Right? We haven't won a playoff game since we beat the Kansas City Chiefs in a playoff game back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last time we won a playoff game. And not only is that the last time we won a playoff game, but in the playoff games, I think it was been 7 playoff games we've been in since then that we've lost. And not only did we lose them all, in 6 of those 7, we were outscored in the first quarter, 73-0. And every single and in all 7 of those, we've lost we were behind by at least 21 points at some point in that game, including the last one. So it hasn't even been close. And so getting to the playoffs is great, but me personally, I wouldn't mind if we had a bad year next year and give us a chance to get some higher draft picks and get some better talent on that team so that we can retool a little bit. We've been so caught up with the Rooneys, in my opinion, just are so fearful of having losing seasons for some reason that it really holds us back. When you're picking in the 20s every year,
yeah,
you're going to have some slippage in talent somewhere. So,
I have to agree with that 100%. Okay.
Can I say something?
Oh, yeah.
Can I say something?
No, I would say this about the draft. The draft is 30% of first rounders make it and have really have an impact on your team and become a star. Your bigger draft picks are later rounds who become stars and we don't know about. That's just facts. Number 1 draft picks normally is not your number 1. No, don't pan out.
Okay.
I'm in shock. Momo kept it short.
Yeah, because I was actually timing. That was,
we was waiting
1 minute
for
and 10 seconds.
Is that all?
And there's relevance to that comment because you look at the last 10 years, for instance, the Steelers drafts, we've done horrible in the first round. Horrible. And that hasn't been the steal away. But since 2015, Bud Dupree was a first round pick in 2015, right? Bud Dupree. Artie Burns was our first round pick in 2016. Now, we hit the jackpot with T.J. Watt, but since T.J. Watt in the first round, we took Terrell Edmonds. We took Devin Bush. We traded a first-round pick for Minka Fitzpatrick. So, sure, that worked out. But then that year, when our second-round pick came up and Ben was entering that end game of his career, we picked a guy named Chase Claypool, wide receiver out of Notre Dame, with our first pick that year, which was a second-round pick, while Jalen Hurts was still sitting on the board. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, Najee Harris, no second contract. Kenny Pickett, we all know how that story went. And now Broderick Jones, who, quite frankly, is struggling to stick with this team. So the Steelers' first-round picks have left a lot to be desired. As far as I'm concerned, also in like just the last decade, and that's going to hurt you if you keep missing like that. You can't keep missing the first round like that and expect to not have problems. So,
well, we're with you on that one because typically the Cowboys have had great success in the first round, although Mozzie and Tyler Guyton have kind of messed that up. We can't draft in the second round. we have the highway littered with bad second-round picks, from Tristan Hill to Boss Man Fat, Schoonmaker, sadly Marshawn Nealon, Sam Williams. You know, the last really good one was Diggs and D-Law.
What is wrong with these
You know,
people?
those are the only really good ones in the last 12 years that we've had in second-round picks. Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory. So none of those have actually panned out, and that sets you back. And the problem for Cowboys that we don't talk about much is we've had a problem drafting through most of the 2020s. Yeah, we got Micah Parsons. Yeah, we got Diggs, but both of those guys are on our team. We got Tyler Smith and Tyler Booker. Those two guys have been home runs. But other than that, you're sitting, and CeeDee Lamb. Other than that, you didn't necessarily get a lot of players that have had staying power for you. You got lucky on Deron Bland, but Deron Bland might have been a product of Al Harris, because he certainly doesn't look anything like he did when Al Harris was here. Hopefully Christian Parker can turn him around and make something out of Savon Rebel. And I'm waiting for Momo to say, can I say something?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Because we're all sitting here waiting for it.
Because I think he's going to bring the best out of him.
Well, I didn't expect to see a whole lot of Savon Rebel this year. I mean, you can't expect a guy who played football, the September before, tore up his ACL, didn't have a training camp, and, the middle of the season gets activated. You haven't had any practice. The only thing you have as far as practice is actually games. That's the only live action that you have. The NFL, as far as practicing, it doesn't really exist anymore.
And he had that injury too.
Yeah.
Right, and Morgan, I do agree with Game Time. Brian said, if you're going to be in that position, you can't wear a knee brace.
Yeah. And that's where, I was surprised that it's out of necessity. But with Overshown, I kind of wish that Overshown they just said, hey, let's just recover, and this year's a wash, and just save you for next year. Let him get fully recovered, and the same thing with Savon Rebel. They weren't going to save this defense.
No.
But remember, Mark, everybody was all excited in Cowboy land about them players being in the game.
Bro, we get excited about anything because,
I know.
It's like Eddie Murphy talks about, to a starving man, a cracker tastes good. That was a good cracker. Was that a Ritz? That sure was a good cracker. And part of that is I'm to blame with all my YouTube brethren. We do so little shit. We make shit shine. We look at Kenneth Murray and say, well, he was a team leader. He had 86 tackles last year. He's going to come in here and, he's going to play pretty good. Oh, man, Jack Sanborn, man, Sandbags, man, he's coming from Chicago. He knows the system and everything else. He's going to be great. By the time training camp was over, we thought we had Brian Urlacher. Right?
Yeah, man, but that's, come on, man. It's the off season, right? Every real fan of every team
does that.
They project off their changes and acquisitions and things like that, and everyone's excited. That's the time for everyone to hope. We're all on the same record. We're all making changes. We got new players, new coaches. So everybody gets fired up off stuff like that until reality sets in. So,
Richard,
we know about that, don't we, Momo?
Yeah, we definitely do. Richard, here's a question for you. So what did you think about the Buffalo Bills giving Phillip Rivers an interview?
I don't know what's going on in Buffalo.
And I meant what I said, I said on my channel.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
That's what I said.
What about a possible AJ Brown going to Buffalo?
That's Jeff Saturday all over again.
No, that's worse than Jeff Saturday. That's worse than Jeff Saturday. You tell me a guy who got a bunch of kids can't get his pull-up game this week, but you going out here to
hold on. At least he coached high school football. Jeff Saturday didn't coach anything. They just said, "Hey, you're head coach."
Yeah. That was also crazy. Hallie, I think AJ Brown,
he was an intern,
as a talent, would fit nicely in Buffalo. Josh Allen would love to have him, but AJ Brown also has to get out of his own head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they talk a lot about Pickens, but he's just as bad.
I would concur.
Yeah, but so that privilege goes a long way. When you get Jeff Saturday, because he knew the coach, he knew the owner, that's why he got hired.
Yeah,
and they were still close.
And he also,
said,
the
"I'll give
owner
you a
also
shot."
died of an overdose.
Yeah, and they're investigating that now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think
is a hell of a drug.
Coaching job. It's a slap in the face of all coaches who coach this game.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to me. I don't know.
And the funny part about it, everybody, they wanted everybody to know they did it. Because a lot of times this is swept underneath the rug. You don't know about this. They wanted people to know what we did.
That'd be one of the craziest hires I've seen in a long time if he gets that job. That's all I can say about that.
Damn, I should go apply. Shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You already missed your chance when you said you had an interview with for our DC
Exactly.
position. Well,
we can't have you being a coach if some you got kicked off the team. You can't do that.
Hey, that's even be worse. That'd be fun. That's even better. That resume is great.
They ain't got time. The referees ain't got time to walk to the sideline and hear, can I ask you a question? They ain't got time for that.
Bad call.
They ain't got time for that.
It's been a penalty. He'll be questioning everything.
I absolutely am supposed to. I'm the coach.
Oh.
No.
I know one thing with all the kids he got, they won't have trouble filling that stadium up.
Tell your friends. We can feel it. Just tell your friends to come out.
Momo, you called a play. You called a penalty for him.
Oh.
Team was out of bounds.
Oh. Hey family, how y'all doing?
Hi, Jay.
All right, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
I just feel that this, I think this happens a lot. I think this happens a lot, Richard. I think they do have these people come in, apply for jobs, but we don't hear about. We don't hear about it. They just made it, hey, we're going to bring this person in. We're going to bring this person in. And stuff like for a coaching job. Just like the Philadelphia Eagles fired, let the OC go, but they didn't.
Did they replace him yet? Or?
He's still on the team. He got another position on the team. We don't know what the position is, but he's still part of the team.
But who's the offensive coordinator? I don't know why nobody want to call plays over there.
Oh no, why?
I mean, it's a team that was just at the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl 2 years. Nobody wants to go over there. Yeah. I wonder why. That's crazy.
They taking their time. It's a progress. It's a process.
Some is going to hell of a drug.
You better go call a college assistant coach to come.
I missed that. Who y'all talking about?
Whoever's gonna call plays for the dude who turned the ball over twice in one play.
Okay, Jay.
Turnovers.
Oh, he a Super Bowl champion and MVP.
And then they go. It's hard to take that because you know the quarterback. And you know, whatever happens, the fans and everybody's going to blame you as the offensive coordinator. Even though you call plays and the guys are open, the quarterback just can't get them the ball, they blame you. So that's a hard job to take. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me put something. I've been running all over the place trying to get ready for the snowstorm, get materials over on that job so that if it ends up being that I can get there, at least I got what I need to do some work and things. And fighting the crowds over at Walmart to get that last loaf of bread and that last tomato.
Jesus.
Tomato.
But here's where I actually like what I'm reading right now. Per Calvin Watkins, this happened 7 hours ago. But Cowboys assistant coaches have been given permission to seek jobs and to interview with new defensive coordinator Christian Parker to remain with the staff. Some coaches are at the Senior Bowl getting ready for the practices next week. Basically, that's different than what's usual because you think about Mike McCarthy coming in here. He already had his offensive coordinator was in place in Kellen Moore. It's like your head coach, but here's your guy. The Joneses hired those. So you heard that they can interview with new defensive coordinator Christian Parker, not Jerry Jones, not Jerry and Stephen Jones and Will McClay, with Christian Parker. You can interview, and you already got him going with interviewing one of the guys from Minnesota. That was one of Vic Fangio's guys and another Eagle guy. So this, contrary to what Momo said, that the Cowboys, it's got to go by Jerry and everything else. Jerry Jones didn't know who Christian Parker was.
No.
And I like it. You know why?
Why?
Structure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a young gun who's looking to say, I'm going up. And he wouldn't take the job unless he knew that he was going to get what he needed to be successful.
Yep.
Because see here, this is the catch that I was saying. For a guy like Brian Flores, you already know you know your shit. And the fact that you're looking at all these retreads that are getting hired, yet, a guy who was really, I would say, successful in comparison to some of these guys in Miami without having the support of the organization. I look at Mike McDaniels, who they went out and they got the best receiver that was a free agent in Tyreek Hill. They went out and got Jalen Ramsey and all these players. To me, Mike McDaniels failed. He failed. I look at Kevin Stefanski and I say, what is it that's so great about Kevin Stefanski? They say, oh, well, he never had a quarterback. Maybe he's not good at developing quarterbacks.
I would disagree on that with
On that
Stefanski.
one? Okay.
Stefanski had a quarterback. They ran him out of town.
Well, there you go. They ran him out of town.
And the thing that they like to hang about Kevin Stefanski is the fact that he was a 2-time coach of the year. But
Oh yeah, that ain't
okay.
nothing.
But that's
And Josh Allen has been
what they're gonna hang
MVP how
on.
many times, and what has he done?
Yeah.
That's true. Oh,
Jason Garrett was the coach of the year too. Okay, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised because think about what they did to remember Jim Caldwell.
That was another one because the Lions screwed the pooch on that one. Like the Lions are always having great success. I think his worst season was 8-8 in the 3 years he was there. He was in the playoffs twice. Oh no, that's not good enough. We need to get. We need to cut him. Yeah, we need to go ahead and get a Bill Belichick disciple and got Matt Patricia, who proceeded to really fuck
and see how that worked out. That didn't. Yeah.
Hey Jason, a heads up. I think your camera needs some adjustment or something.
Oh no, that was me. I was just sitting back.
Oh,
I'm okay.
okay.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Oh, welcome to the family.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
I don't feel too much love here.
Why? Because you're not talking.
Still here.
I'm serious.
Enough. That's enough love because you still here.
Momo, if you weren't loved, we wouldn't be picking on you.
You wouldn't be here.
I know they always invited Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo to the
Thank
game.
you. Thanks a lot, Derek. Thanks a lot, Derek. I appreciate that compliment.
He was always around. They ain't do him like what's the little girl name? Sent her to the bathroom. She never came back. They ain't do her like her.
Family Matters. What's the name? Lord.
I don't know.
I forgot. I know you're talking about, but I forgot.
Waldo was there the whole time.
The whole time.
Well,
I mean,
we got 7 minutes left, y'all. Okay, because I got to get some quality time.
But
Mark, get some quality time with my
He
baby.
got work to do.
Mark, we're gonna have to talk. I'll have a conversation with you.
So Holly,
What have we been doing for the last hour and a half, Momo?
This is a private conversation between me and you. It ain't gotta be today. It ain't gotta be tomorrow. Let you know. Sometime in the next several days, this conversation is gonna be talked. So it's all good, Mark. Continue.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Loyal?
I was just saying, what's the roads like in Texas right now?
Oh, baby.
Or icy.
Ice, baby.
Icy. They already showing some wrecks that have happened.
And I
They've
was
had one truck with a trailer on it jackknifed that they were trying to figure out how to get out of a ditch.
Oh Lord, they'll be showing that one clip over and over and over again.
Here in Ohio, they declared a state of emergency for us. It's like,
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
safe, man.
Arthur and Mayor both came out and said it.
Are you home? You back home?
Oh yeah, I'm home. I just got back from West Virginia Thursday. Thank God.
Oh,
Stay safe.
man.
Did you see Dirty super chat?
Oh,
So I'm letting everybody know that I will be in New
Bubba,
York
we
City.
love you. You are sweet
February
as
the
a
5th
lemon.
to the 9th.
Yeah, he'll be doing a
Be safe.
live comedy tour
Be safe.
A live
called Momo's Takes.
Uh-oh.
Come see me in New York City, buddy.
I'm really a shy person, so I don't know why y'all talking.
You shy? Hold on. Wait a minute.
goodness.
Lightning is about to hit.
Wait. I'm getting bitch slapped here.
About to get struck down. What?
Leo the Geek says, I never read the chats. I do read the chats, but it's hard to keep up with them and stuff.
And a lot of stuff, Mark, yeah.
And Leo the Geek says, I'll come on your show again. Big Spank Dog says, Mark, block me. I don't know why people want to come in and just get blocked. I don't understand that one.
I don't know.
A little cowboy, Dallas Cowboy, says, how are you going to talk about an overdose to question a person's decisions over a coach choice? What happened to your boy Nealon, your actual brother, too? Nealon wasn't a drug overdose.
No, he was not.
So I don't know how we're comparing the two of them. And we do know that there was a drug addiction problem, be it prescription drugs or whatever, from Irsay. And you've seen press conferences where you're kind of like, what was he saying? And I don't mean to sully a man who's passed, but clearly he had an issue with medication. And if you have, questions of a press conference, then do you look at it and say, hiring Jeff Saturday, who had never coached anything in his life as a head coach, that was a great decision?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Are you talking about the one that the doctor gave all the medication? Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the doctor's being investigated because it's kind of like, maybe you gave him too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's like
yeah.
Go ahead.
Never mind. No. I was just never mind. Something that came out. My bad.
No, that's
Marshawn's was different. That was mental health.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate. That was a suicide. So you can't. That's two different
things.
I'm trying to split stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah, because I look at if the Bills are seriously thinking about hiring Phillip Rivers, I look at that like the Cowboys did with Jason Garrett, and under Jason Garrett,
Garrett at least had 1 year of being an offensive coordinator with Nick Saban.
Exactly, and he was a quarterback's coach for the Miami Dolphins. But Phillip Rivers that hasn't
coached high school.
He just played football this season. Like, what in the hell?
And he coached high school.
Okay.
I mean, but we all know that's way different than the pros. I mean, come on now.
Well, the experience being on the field as a quarterback has a lot to say with that too, though.
So
things that certain people might not see.
Yeah.
True.
I guess we'll find out. We may find out if that makes him a good head coach or not. We'll see.
So Richard, how do you feel about getting Mike McCarthy as a?
We talked.
We talked about it a little bit. I mean, I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, I on the one hand, I'm expecting better things for our offense. On the other hand, long-term impact, I'm just not sure it's going to make us much different in the end as we have been as far as, okay, we're a playoff team that can't win playoff games.
Right.
So we'll see, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling right now immediately.
I understand.
Well, maybe an advantage.
You
He got to have a year off.
Scrubs, man.
So
I got nothing but love for you, Leo.
Regroup from after leaving from us. So, and he did get us 12-5 in three consecutive seasons. So,
and that's the best the Cowboys have done over the last 30 years. I'm just saying.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's true. But I just wish that his offense will be more up to date than because what he had, it worked for a while, but that Texas Texas Coast, whatever he called it. I mean that
Texas burnt toast.
his offense was so stagnant. I think the reason why it worked was because between Kellen Moore at the time and Brian and later on Brian Schottenheimer, I think that's what.
Hold on, wait. Uh-oh. You do know that Dak had 37 touchdown passes and almost broke the single season record of 4,993. He had 92 under Mike McCarthy.
I will also say about that, and glad you bring that up, though, Marcus, because, Mike McCarthy has worked with Aaron Rodgers, and Mike McCarthy has worked with Dak Prescott, and he will have neither in Pittsburgh. So it will be very interesting to see what he can cook up with what we have to offer.
I'm coming.
And I have a feeling he's been taking notes, watching all these younger players.
Richard, I'm coming.
Analytics.
And also, I can
analytics are saying that I should be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm coming, Richard.
Mike McCarthy had what's the name looking good? What's his name?
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, he had Cooper Rush looking good. So
yeah, Cooper
Rush had a winning record.
That's an extremely good point. I get you.
And don't forget he did coach. I think he did coach Joe Montana, didn't he?
And Brett Favre for a year, I think.
Something like that.
Yep.
So he coached me. He coached me up too.
Oh my God.
Momo, you got cut.
Everything is not about you, Momo.
Community college football team.
I will say I appreciate this. You Cowboy fan guys are starting to give me a little spark of hope there. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, Richard, you got to get that channel up and stuff right now. You got to strike while the iron is hot and say, I had to start a new channel because Mike McCarthy is hired. This is a new era, and shit is just crazy here, and we gonna talk about it.
You know what I missed that I would love to see happen between the Steelers and Cowboys? Because I think some of the greatest rivals was Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
That was just some of the best games that you could see go against each other.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Without a doubt.
Good old days.
I mean, those are classics. Those are classics.
Football was a different game back then.
Yep. All right. With that being said, I got to get out of here, y'all. I got to go. Got to take care of family business here. Okay. That and my mouth is hurting trying to talk over Momo. You know, when you I got a couple of holes in my mouth.
It's all your fault, Momo.
And trying to get over Momo is just like my jaw is just like. So we gonna get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here, and we'll keep you up to speed with who's gonna stay and who's gonna go. But it sounds like we're gonna have a whole new defensive coordinator staff.
Yeah. Thank goodness. I
anymore. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of
nice
here.
To meet everybody.
Down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I gotta get out.
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're one on the phone. Everything's gonna be all right. Please.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
Yourself. I gotta get out of